Hello guys, welcome to InTune Music Podcast, episode 1. So today we're just gonna introduce ourselves a bit because we're obviously new faces to you guys. So then we're gonna do our Mount Rushmore of songs, which is basically just the unranked top 4 songs that we each have. So hoping we can inspire you to check out some new songs, some new artists, maybe a couple albums that you spot. So yeah, and then at the end we're gonna launch a brand new competition, which we're really excited to announce. So we're going to do that as well, that we're going to run on social media. So yeah, KB, coming to you first. Tell us a bit more about yourself.
Sounds good. So my name's Kate, and I don't know why did I say my name's Kate. You just introduced me. That was the most weird thing ever.
I didn't know we were starting. I was doing a fish face. I was literally like,
ready? Composure, ready, and scene. Hi, so my name is Kate Bryant, and I usually don't have any preference in music other than maybe alternative, some indie. I do not like country. You probably won't be able to change my mind on that. So yeah, pretty much I think what I'm most excited for in this blog is just finding new music. I definitely find that I struggle doing this because I don't take enough time out of my day to go and explore like new releases and even older music. So really looking forward to the blog.
So I'm Maddie. Yeah, I'm kind of similar with Kate in the sense that I really am into like alternative pop. Like it used to not always be like that. I used to be such a top charts girl. Like, yes, I went to a David Archuleta concert. That was my first concert. I've been to Demi Lovato concerts. I've been to like Taylor Swift. But now I've kind of expanded and gone into the little bit more of the alternative category. And I'm super excited to kind of just do this blog and venture into kind of other genres as well. Now on to Liam.
Hey everyone, my name is Liam Shaplow. Yeah, my music taste has gone through quite the roller coaster, I'd say. Growing up, I listened to pretty hard rock like Billy Talent. Then as I got older, I started listening to your traditional hip hop like Drake, Lil Wayne, Eminem, and I was really into that. So I was really into like upbeat, get your blood flowing everywhere kind of thing music. And then eventually, as of late, I've kind of transitioned to more of alternative hip hop, much more low key, just alternative rock as well, like indie, psychedelic rock, much more chill vibes. Yeah, but I'll pretty much listen to anything. I'm really excited to, as Kate said, explore new music. It's one thing that I absolutely love. I always love putting my friends onto new artists. So this is pretty much just what I do on a daily basis. So yeah, that's me.
Sweet. And then I guess that leaves me. So I'm Morgan, and I'll say I definitely have a slightly different taste in music to the other 3 because I'm obviously a bit more embedded in the UK culture. So there's some big genres here. Afrobeat, obviously grime, kind of rapping is a big one. And also drum and bass, which is, I think it's the most similar to EDM, I would say, but it's also still very different. So I'll try and introduce some of that at some point. But yeah, my music journey has been really interesting. It started way back with the Beach Boys. If you know them from the 60s, that's who my dad first got me into. So I just loved the Beach Boys. And then my cousin was like, you got to check out Eminem. And then I found out, and I thought then he was like an emo kind of like rock guy, but then he was just a rapper. So, and then I got really into him, and then I just loved a lot of rap and stuff. So yeah, also for me, like, I'm excited to like learn about some new music from these other guys and also share, like, I've built up quite a variety of music taste now. So kind of excited to share all different kind of genres and new sounds to all you guys kind of tuning in on InTune. So yeah, so that's just a bit about all of us. So we're going to do something a bit fun now, is we're going to talk about our Mount Rushmore for songs. Kind of like, as I said, our top 4 unranked songs. So we're just going to go through them a bit and just say why they mean a lot to us and what makes these 4 songs special to us. So KB, it's only fair I come back on to you. So take us through your Mount Rushmore.
All right, sounds good. Kind of a mixed bag of goodies, I'm not gonna lie. The first one that I thought of was Sheep by Mount Joy.
Maybe I was born in the wrong skin, but those sheep are rolling in the mud again, and whoa, it holds me.
I've been really into them right now. I can listen to them no matter what I'm doing. If I'm like biking or just like cooking and then chilling in the kitchen or really anything. And I think that's why I love Mount Joy so much. It's because like they have a really calm vibe, but you can listen to them in like so many different places or like no matter what you're doing. So Sheep, that's my first one. So my second favorite song is Harvest Moon by Neil Young. Honestly, I don't listen to Neil Young except for this one song, and something about the song just like clicked. It was one of those like Snapchat, like, what's it called? We're gonna have to cut this. What's it called when you like hold the Snapchat down? Like, what's that app that listens to like stuff?
Shazam.
Shazam! Yeah, that's the word I was going for. And the song really just clicked with me from my favorite TV show. It was called Big Little Lies. And basically this little girl in the show is really into 80s and 90s music. And when I heard it just being played, it was instantly something I needed to Shazam. It was like I had to add this to my playlist. Something about it, it's just like, it's like a little tune that you can't get out of your head, and it's one of those that will definitely stick with me for a while.
Like when you hear that song, does it like take you to like a certain scene that you picture yourself being in?
Yeah, so one of them was her dad was dressed up as Elvis for some reason. I don't know why. He just was surprising the mom or like the wife or something. And the wife comes home and then this song comes on and then all of them just start like dancing around the room and to this song. And it's just like, it was just such a good moment. And I was like, oh, I need this in my life. Yeah. Third one is Waves by Kanye West.
Let me crash here for a moment. Baby, I don't it. Sun don't shine in the shade.
That song gets me going. If I'm on a run, I will start sprinting. People probably think I'm a lunatic watching me run to this song. And it's just something about it. It just hits different. That it's just like empowering. I'm just like, let's go. Like it's like when he does Stronger, except this is just a little bit more alternative vibes, which is why I liked it more than Stronger. So my last song is Hallucinogenics. It's by Matt Mason. Well, I thought I'd have to introduce it. Then you're going to ask the question.
No, the other one. Wait, I thought you were talking about like Waves. Because then I was going to ask.
Isn't that just Ultralight Beam?
Is it? I thought it was Waves. Or is it Ultralight?
You're definitely sounds like it's got
one Ultralight Beam with the fire in the background.
This is a God dream. This is a God dream. This is everything. This is everything.
That like they released the forward. But
I honestly preferred that version now that you mention it. It's on YouTube if you just look up the collaboration between Chance the Rapper and Kanye, and he just kind of adds the typical Chance like choir vocals in throughout the song and a little bit at the end more so. But I think Kanye ended up cutting it out. Sadly, I thought it made the song better, but I guess he wanted more of that, a little bit harder, and like you can kind of go hard to it instead of like the choir music, which definitely made it a little bit softer to listen to. So I prefer it, but like take a listen. It's really good.
Like that Chance choir like music.
I love Chance the Rapper. He's actually one of my favorite artists.
Have you heard the album Sunday Candy?
Yes, I have heard
No. Wait.
Called Surf.
Oh, Surf. That's it. Yeah. So that album Surf is such a sick album. Like it's just all because Donny Trumpet. He's so good on the trumpet as you'd expect, but it's really good. He's got like a few choir singers in there, and it's just a lot of the songs just really good vibes. A lot of instruments, a lot of nice vocals from Chance. It's really good. So check that out for sure.
Going back to what you were saying, Kate, that was actually kind of the case with the entire album, though. I know that pretty much every single song in there had verses cut from very famous artists. For example, the song No More Parties in LA Freddie Gibbs was supposed to be on there, and he's one of my favorite underground rappers. And you can hear all of the unreleased versions on YouTube, and I'd recommend to check that out.
Did he ever say why? Like why he didn't?
Kanye West is very particular about his music, as you would probably guess. He is certainly wired differently. He is a perfectionist, so he loves to use people's voices as instruments. For example, you guys probably did not know, but All of the Lights has Drake, Rihanna, Alicia Keys, and Elton John, and even Kid Cudi on it. And they, like, the only one that you actually hear singing is Rihanna. However, he just uses their voices as background music. So he's very particular in that sense. And yeah, essentially he just only uses what he thinks is best. He has a lot of people come in. Big Sean was also supposed to be on the album. He got cut, and he's a big name.
Yeah, that is a tune. All of the Lights with the interlude. Every time I play that song, I have to put the interlude on first.
It is mandatory. You can't listen to All of the Lights with the interlude. You have to build it up, and then you have to just close your eyes and just listen.
Honestly, so true. Anyway, KB, your final song.
So my last song is Hallucinogenics by Matt Mason.
Pushing past the limit, tripping on hallucinogenic. My cigarette burned my finger 'cause I forgot I lit it.
It's one of those songs where if I'm driving and I'll just go for late night drives with my friends, we always play the song. It's such a throwback for me, and it's just mesmerizing the way that the instruments kind of all flow together in such a nice melodic way. It's so stressful. Why did I have to go first? The instruments and the way that they are played together, it's just so melodic that it's just so calming, and it really brings me back to summer times driving with my friends, for sure.
Good. That's lovely. That's a lovely looking around Mount Rushmore. That's pretty. I like it. That's a nice lens there. Right, Mads, it's only fair we come to you next, my dear.
Okay. Well, my kind of Mount Rushmore is usually based on like moments or something. Like I usually have an association to this song in some way, and that's kind of like why it's stuck with me. So for example, like I really love The Scientist by Coldplay.
Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part.
Like I think I just have like such a fond memory like with my parents who like love the song and stuff like that, and they playing it, and like my dad would just kind of be like swaying to it, and I love the piano in it. I just think it's like really like beautiful. And just like later on, I actually got like the chance to go to a Coldplay concert and stuff like that. Like my uncle ended up having extra tickets and took me, and I don't know, it was just like such an amazing experience. And I just love hearing people live. And like whenever I do hear an artist live and they actually perform well live or like better live, then kind of just really makes me like them and appreciate their music and stuff. My second one would probably be like Waste a Moment by the Kings of Leon. I also really, really like that song. I just like always have, like, I don't know what it is about it. Like, I just really like the message of just like kind of like take the time, like waste a moment, kind of just like live like in the present and stuff like that. And I just really enjoy that. Another one is like my third one is I think the Bahamas, Way with the Words.
I am one man, I can do anything. We are not far, we can do anything.
And this is like another one where I got to see them live twice and I really enjoyed them, and like both moments were just like so special. Like one was they just came and played a free concert at our like kind of like Toronto skating rink and stuff like that, and they just took the stage and you're just like sitting there having like hot cocoa listening to like these really chill songs, and it was just such a great experience. And I'll just like whenever I don't know, I just want to relax or something like that, like I'll throw them on and just like listen to them, and it always just brings a smile into my face just because I really like the song, like just for the whole instrumental aspect of it, and as well as just like the moment.
Are they local, Maddie?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They're Canadian.
I was gonna say I've never heard of them, so they must have been probably pretty local.
They're really good.
Yeah.
I wish I could have went to that like performance. I was sad that I missed it that day.
Yeah.
Regrets.
Yeah,
So many regrets.
Yeah, and then I also saw them at Field Trip, which is so sad because that's now like closed, and it was just a really cute like day alternative music festival, and it was like meant to be for like families and stuff like that, so it was like super chill, and everybody just kind of got blankets, and you're like sitting out during the day like listening to people play music and stuff like that. And yeah, no, it was really good. And then my fourth one was it was the Head and the Heart. That's also like a smaller like band. I don't know if you guys know them, but I really like the song All We Like Ever Knew.
Now I'm trying to wake up from this. I'm trying to make up for it. All we ever do is all we ever knew.
I also just like saw them live. Huh?
What sort of genre?
It's like also like alternative.
Okay.
Just like chill. Like it's just really relaxed and like chill. Yeah.
Seems like Mount Rushmore is very much like a 2000s alternative rock kind of vibe.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've got a good question. Any of the 4 songs you said, do you remember specifically the first time, like this specific memory? Because I've got certain songs where like if I hear it, like I can put myself in the exact moment when I first heard it, and I can remember like what I was doing, where I was, how I felt. And like that's sometimes why I love listening to, like, because the first time you hear it and you're blown away, that kind of sticks, that feeling.
Yeah, no, like definitely for some of them, like Bahamas, like the first time I ever listened to them was like when they were live on like the skating rink sort of thing. Like my friends just like were like, oh, I really like them, and I came and then I listened to like them there like live, and then went home after and just started looking through their music, and I was like, wow. But like I'll always remember it just them playing live. And like they also gave they were super sweet, like they gave my friend their set list and stuff like that, and they were super nice about it. And like I think they handed out like most of them, and they like specifically were like searching around for her just because she really wanted one, and they were like really sweet about it. Yeah,
Really cool.
Okay, so Liam, hit us with your. I know you've been excited for this, mate. Hit us with your.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I can barely stay sitting, to be honest. So the first one that I have, it's coincidentally based off my top 4 artists as well, is "Devil in a New Dress" by Kanye West.
Leo Cone, a Dior Om, that's Dior Om, that Dior homie. The crib Scarface, could it be more Tony? You love me for me, could you be more phony?
Now this may seem like a pretty based pick, however, I believe that is true because it is just such a quality song. It's not Kanye's best lyricism, however, it is still well above average. And what really does it for me in this song is the Mike Dean production. He has a high-pitched voice in the background, some piano chords going on, and the guitar riff in between Kanye's verse and Rick Ross's verse is just something that literally sends me to orbit. I get goosebumps every time I listen to it. I literally just listened to it 10 minutes ago, and like right away, just goosebumps came on. And furthermore, Rick Ross, for me, I love his features. He's one of the best features, and his feature in this song is, in my opinion, like the best of all time. He comes with the heat, and he just fires. It was absolutely amazing. So that's off the album My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. So my next song that I am going to preview is Empire Ants by Gorillaz. So this is off the album Plastic Beach, another one of my favorite albums and another one of my favorite artists. And again, this is one song that in the change between like the first half and the second half, it just really just sends me to orbit. The instrumentals, it like goes all the way up and then all the way down, and it starts going faster and faster. And the lyricism here is really deep. It's talking about how we really are just a machine in capitalism. We're just pushing buttons to make the machine move forward and forward. And it's just kind of bone chilling.
You go to orbit a lot, don't you?
I do. When I listen to music, yes, quite often. Yeah, so then my next one is I Want You, She's So Heavy by the Beatles. And this was on their latest record, Abbey Road. and it's much more deep, less poppy than their traditional music that they used to do back in the day. And this guitar riff, where it's just like, it's very bluesy, kind of jazzy. It just goes all the way up and then all the way down and all the way up. You kind of feel woozy listening to it. And the lyrics, you can really tell how much John Lennon cares. He's talking about Yoko Ono here. And he's like, it seems as though the emotion in there is unparalleled for any other song they've done. He seems like he's about to cry. He's literally screaming to the microphone at the end. And it's nearly 8 minutes long. And for me, I'm not a fan of long songs, but this one is never bland for a second. And my final song is Roses by Outkast.
Roses really smell like Caroline, she's the reason for the word witch. I hope she's speeding on the way to the club, trying to hurry up and get to a baller or a singer or somebody like that, and try to put on her makeup in the mirror and crash into a ditch. Just playing.
And Outkast is an artist that I really got into this past summer. I listened to them nonstop for pretty much an entire 4 months straight. And this is among their final efforts in the album Speakerbox / Love Below. And this is actually the only song where they actually collaborated on the same song on that album. And the start is kind of like a musical where it's like very upbeat, piano going on, a lot of cool riffs. And then right away, just the bass hits, the drums hit, the synths hit. And then you have Andre 3000 just coming in like, talking about women in the past that have done him in the wrong way. And he's lyrics aren't super deep. However, their flows and rhyme schemes are just great as always, because that's what you get when you listen to an Outkast song with Big Boy and Andre 3000. So yeah, that is my Mount Rushmore.
So you mentioned Outkast you got into this past summer. Who introduced it to you, or how did you find them?
Honestly, I knew the basic Outkast songs like most people did, like Hey Ya and Miss Jackson, and I just kind of thought that they were a couple hits and that's about it. And then, but they've always been on my list to listen to. So I just decided one day while I was at work, I just put on my headphones. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go through their albums. So I started out with Stankonia, because that was apparently the most successful one, and I listened to it all the way through. And it was on repeat, and I didn't realize it was. I thought I'd just get to a couple songs, like, yeah, it wasn't that good, and it was just so good. And I was like, wow, okay. So I would just put on the next album, and then I made a playlist only of Outkast songs. So it was just kind of on my list of artists I would listen to, and I still have a list like that going on right now. Yeah, great question, Kate.
Okay, so I guess that leaves me. I'm up. So yeah, so my top, it's a very interesting Mount Rushmore, a huge variation song. So the first one, this is going to sound weird. It's a 1976 hit by a group called The Real Thing. And it was their only #1 hit, sat in the charts for 3 weeks. It's #1. And it's called You to Me Are Everything.
Oh, you to me are everything, the sweetest song that I could sing. Oh, baby, to you I guess I'm just a clown who picks you up each time you down.
And it's this really it's like a love jam. I'd explain it like it's about this guy pouring out his love for this girl, and he's like, well, you to me are everything. That's basically kind of what the song breaks down. And I just find it just like hits the heartstrings differently for me. Every time it's just amazing. And I really want it to be my first song. Like what's that big first dance you have at the wedding? Like, you know, that big song for your first dance. And the guy's like, you know, go for your first dance. Woo! So like, I want that to be the comes on. It's just like such a nice slow dance song, and then all the couples come on and start bopping, and it's a good vibe. So I love that song. It was actually the song that I had when I did my first dance with my mum at my bar mitzvah. So that was a good vibe. So yeah, good vibes with that song. The next song is a very drastic turn. It's called Metalingus by Alter Bridge. And they're basically like a rock band, like I wouldn't say heavy rock, well, it's pretty heavy rock actually. But
on this day, I see clearly everything has come to life. Not a chance to chase a dream, not a chance to feel alive.
basically this song, it's an interesting story. So some backstory here. So I don't know if there's anyone that likes or follows WWE, but when I was younger, I used to be really into it. Like I had the action figures, went to the shows, everything, obsessed. And one of my favorite superstars called Edge, this was his entrance song. And I just used to love it. And then like over the last like year or two, I've gotten really into the full song, and like it just fires you up so much. Like whenever I need to fire up, like for an interview, or like if I'm just tired, or like if I go on a walk, it just like pumps me up so much. So I just gets the blood boiling. So it's like a crazy intense rock song, but I really like it. My third one has to go to Jay-Z. It's got Kanye West on it as well, and Rihanna. It's called Run This Town. I'm sure many of you know it. I just think it's such a classic, and I just think all the bars are amazing. I know all of Kanye West bars at the end, and I just think it's such a good flow. So again,
that was a low-key flex right there. He just had to throw that in. I know all the bars at the end there, like it's no big deal.
If you ever need to call me out on it, feel free, because like I'm ready. When that song comes on, I'm ready to go. Oh, what a tune! Anyway, and then my last one. This is interesting. This is what I was talking about, the UK vibe, a bit different. So there's a group called Mungo's Hi-Fi. I wouldn't know exactly where I'd sit them. Like they're kind of reggae. They're a bit like D&B, but they're also quite chill at the same time. It's an interesting vibe. You definitely have to go check them out, Mungo's Hi-Fi. But there's a singer that's on a lot of their stuff called Eva Lazarus, and they do an album together called More Fire, spelled Fyah, as you do. But yeah, so this song Amsterdam is just about her like saying she broke up with a man and she went to Amsterdam alone.
Needed to get lifted. Needed to get lifted after you. Broke up with my man and went to Amsterdam alone. I'm already loving being on my own. I'm already loving being all alone.
And she was just there for like good vibes, good time, just clear your head, just all your worries go away. And I'm just like, preach, sometimes that is just like the way, just go to Amsterdam by yourself, just chill out. So I just think it's quite inspiring in that way. But
what genre is that song, Morgan?
It's really hard to place the genre. It is really hard because I think you have to give it a listen and like decide. Next time we do this, I'll see what you guys think about where you put the song. It's a very hard song to place. But yeah, awesome song. Definitely check it out. And then I just have to do, that's my Mount Rushmore, so it's kind of pretty, but I also want to do an honorable mention. So the band, the Two Door Cinema Club, they're an Irish indie rock band. They're quite big, I think. Like their biggest song, What You Know, is like most people tend to know it. And then they just know it. So yeah, they have a song called Sleep Alone.
He sleeps alone, he needs no army where he's headed, cause he knows that they're just ghosts and they can't hurt him if he can see them.
And it's a really amazing song, and I just, again, it's the memory association that like, so I play FIFA every year without fail. I have the game, I've bought it since FIFA 06 till now. It's a commitment. It's a heavy bank account commitment. But on FIFA a while back, they played Sleep Alone. That was on, they had a lot of Two Door Cinema Club songs over the years, but that was one of the first ones. And I just like became obsessed with that song. And that's how I discovered Two Door Cinema Club, who are like one of my favorite bands now. And like I've seen them live, big concerts, small concerts, and that song is where it all started, and it's just one of my favorite songs. So every time I play in the car, I'm just screaming the words, and yeah, so it's a really good time. So yeah, that kind of concludes the Mount Rushmore section of this discussion. And now we just want to talk a bit about the competition we're launching. So the idea is that the whole point of this blog is to get people, or to inspire people to kind of create their own playlist and find their own kind of music taste, and kind of encourage people to kind of expand a bit beyond their comfort zone, try new things, and the fact that there's no real right playlist. It's whatever suits you for whatever you want the playlist to be for. And to kind of do that, we want to run a competition where there'll obviously be a prize up for grabs, and everyone just send in a link of your playlist, and we'll show you how to do that. And then the idea is we want to know what you use the playlist for. So when does this playlist really come into play for you? And when do you enjoy it the most? What's its purpose? And a bit of kind of a meaning behind your playlist. And then we'll judge it and we'll give the winner a prize. So that's the competition we're running. And hopefully all the entries will kind of inspire you to check out new things, and that sort of thing. So anyone want to add anything about the competition?
I think you hit the nail right on the head.
Sweet.
Just join it, enter it, join the
Yeah,
competition. It'll be super fun.
Enter, follow us on Instagram.
You can find
Facebook.
us on our contest page. We're gonna have a Google form going, so it'll be really easy for you to fill out your information and where we can contact you, and then just post your link so we can have access to your playlist.
Awesome. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Okay, I'll do that again. So don't forget to like our Facebook. Go check out our Instagram page, InTune W Music, and that's where the competition will be posted with all the information you need. So please go check that out. And yeah, that just about wraps it up. So thanks for those who've stuck through and watched it today. We hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned some new things, some new songs, some new artists, some new vibes for your playlist. And yeah, we're looking forward to the next one. Take care.
Bye.